Hi everyone, I'm Miss Gina and I will be reading to you Snowmen at Night. The author is Carolyn Buhner and the pictures are by Mark Buhner. And they both did a really excellent job illustrating and writing words to match the photos in this book. This is our front cover, this is our back cover, and our spine is normally stapled or glued, and what that does is help our book stay together as long as we take good care of it. On these first pages we see a boy and he's in snow, and we're trying to figure out what is this boy doing. He has a small round snowball, he has a little bit bigger one, and now he is stacking them on top of one another. We're trying to figure out, using only the photos, we can infer meaning that he's doing what? What do you think he's doing? He's building a snowman. Good job. One wintry day I made a snowman very round and tall. The next day when I saw him, he wasn't the same at all. In this photo, the boy is putting a carrot and he has to reach up high. So this snowman is much larger than the boy is. He's much taller, even without his hat. His head would be here, so he is much taller than the boy if we compare them. Whenever we're reading a story, when we want to make sure that on each page, we're starting on the left side at the top. So we start and we sweep our words so we won't lose our place if we need help with that. His hat had slipped, his arms drooped down. He really looked a fright. So he looked a little scary. He didn't look as adorable as he was the day before. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? And we can look at the picture and we can tell now the boy, he isn't shorter than the snowman anymore. Now he is what? He's taller. Now the boy is taller than the snowman. He's not holding his broom anymore. He has a little coal eye or button that's on the ground now. So some things happened. Let's find out. I think that snowmen start to slide when it gets really dark, off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. On this page, we didn't have words at the top, so we would just want to go to whatever is the first word. It just happens to be at the bottom. If these dark letters would have been at the top, we wouldn't have been able to see them very well, and it would be very hard for us to read them. They put them at the bottom of the page because there's snow down here on the street, and we can see the black words much better. So they're saying that these snowmen start to slide right out of their yards, and they go and they get together with one another. Let's see what they do. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. Now, we're humans. We usually drink hot cocoa. Why do you think a snowman has to drink ice cold cocoa? Hmm. Why would they have to drink ice cold cocoa? Right, because they are snowmen. They can't, like Olaf, if Olaf gets around the fire, he would melt. So we have to give our snowmen ice cold cocoa. And they're all gathering around. Look, they're coming from back here, here. They're coming from everywhere, and they want to go enjoy that ice cold cocoa. And when they gather, that means they all get together, kind of like a party. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. So if we look at this picture, we want to figure out, why are they anxious? What does it mean for them to be anxious? They're kind of excited, kind of nervous. Anxious is a mix between excited and nervous. If you're going to a new place where you haven't been before, but maybe you've heard a lot about it, you might be very excited, but anxious comes whenever you might be a little worried because it's something new for you. It's not a bad feeling. So all of these snowmen, they're anxious. They're ready to go and do this snowman race. He's already rolling down the hill, so maybe he started a little too soon. They're having their race right here, and they have this snowman in a Viking hat back here, and he has his hands out, and he's probably cheering for who he wants to win. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do some skating tricks on ice. In places where it's very, very cold, not Louisiana, we have some cold days, but these places, it stays very cold for a long time. It stays under 32 degrees Fahrenheit so that the ice and the water can stay icy or freeze really deeply, and the snow stays on the ground nice and fluffy, where it just builds and builds. It doesn't melt, and you can go and ice skate on things like ponds. They're pulling one another. He's lifting this person up into the air, the snowman, snow lady. This snowman is doing some spins. They're all just having so much fun. Sometimes they start giggling and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they fall down. They're just having fun, right? Like you would do if you were at a birthday party with all your best friends. Or if you were in the snow enjoying it, you might make a snow angel. You might just lay down. It's cold in the snow, but it's still super fun. It's worth it. They gather up. That's our word again. Gather up. They gather up their snowballs. The pitcher takes his aim. So there's a pitcher. So what game do you think they're playing if there's a pitcher? I know we have some baseball players. So you might know what a pitcher is already. Not everybody might know about that. And underneath the moonlit sky, they play a baseball game. There's the pitcher. He has all his snowballs. He's using snowballs instead of baseballs. And what is our batter doing right now? He's waiting to hit the ball. But what is he using? He's not using a baseball bat. Good. He's using a broom. He's using a broom. And it's still nighttime. We still see. I'm going to try to get a close up of this. If we can, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. Maybe like this. It's a snowman face in the moon. They're cheering them on. They have people on the outfield so that they can catch the baseball, the snowball baseball. No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. I imagine that would be an amazing snowball fight. This guy, this is my favorite part I'm going to show you. There's this guy, and he looks like he's falling. His face is falling off, his hat's falling off, his little coal buttons are falling off. And then you have this sneaky fella hiding behind this tree, and he threw a snowball at him. That's why he's falling. So he must have had some force behind that snowball for him to throw it to make his snowman friend fall down. This snowman is juggling. This one's sliding. This one got hit by a snowball too. His hat flew off. This one's using the broom to probably block himself. A lot of things going on. Mr. Mark Buhner, who did these photographs, he did these, did a great job. Did a great job matching the words and just bringing the words to life. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. So they're actually sledding on tubes. You might know a little bit about a tube. We in Louisiana sometimes take them out on boats, and we will get in the tube behind the boat, and a boat will pull us, and we're riding in the tube. Well, snowmen don't need a boat or regular human people. If you start at the top of the mountain and you slide down on a tube or a sled, you don't need to have a boat pull you. There's momentum. So you'll start off kind of slow, and as you go down the hill, you'll go faster and faster. And then as you get down here, whenever it kind of levels out to even, like flat ground, you'll start to slow down. So they have a great big hill for sledding. Wahoo! They yell. This is by far Snowman's biggest thrill. Look how fun that looks. Could you imagine? Imagine your face and your friend or your family with you, and they're just having a great time. They're just having a blast. Snowman blast. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things and one by one they go. So they're gathering up. Remember, gathering is getting it together. So in the beginning of the story, they gathered up to get to the park to enjoy the cocoa. Then they gathered up snowballs to have a snowball fight. And now they're gathering up their things and their people. So this snowman gathered up his friend who's probably sleeping on this sled. And this snowman is gathering up his scarf, probably his gloves, and there's another one right here. So they're gathering up their things to go back home. This guy's putting on his hat, so they're going back to their home, back to their yard. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's been doing what snowmen do at night. So the boy is looking at him kind of strangely, like, what has happened to him? I don't know. But now we know what snowmen do at night. The end. They're swinging around like gymnasts on this swing set pole and swinging. There's the swing down there. Thank you for joining us. I hope you liked the story. I wasn't super familiar with it, but I really liked it. So I hope that you did too. And I hope you guys have very safe and happy holiday coming up. And we look forward to seeing you all when we come back. Bye.